Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Transformers TCG Cityspeakers. This is a Transformers TCG podcast representing the UK and based on the south coast of England. I, as always, am your host, Kev, along with my beautiful co-hosts,
Matt.
And Mark, also known as El Scarscream.
Hello, welcome guys.
How's it going?
So, we have got, hopefully, a much shorter episode for everyone this month.
Oh, I don't know. It's pretty ram-packed of info.
Yeah, there's only a few topics to go over. Hopefully, we won't babble on too much. We are going to be discussing in this episode Gen Con, the results, the strategies and deck lists used, and all of the shenanigans therein. We'll be going over some local events, both past and upcoming. We all know that the UK has just been given some tasty tournament info that's coming up. Then we will be going over the Trypticon Reveal. Yes, Trypticon. The giant T-Rex has been announced, and then we have a giveaway. So please stay tuned till the very end for some exciting prizes. Con.
Yes.
Did you guys enjoy the tournament results, the streams that are coming out, all the content?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, tournament results are always fun, especially when a new set's just come out. We're all looking to see if someone's brought something crazy that hasn't been talked about and nobody knows what to do against. I don't know how much you guys caught of the top 4. I only managed to catch the last 2 matches.
Yeah, so I watched the stream of that top 4, and I think what was interesting was that how like the whole run up to Gen Con, like everywhere, was just so cagey about like what they were playing with and like what they were actually going to be taking and things like that. It was really hard to tell what was going to be there, and to find that once they'd all got there and the results started coming in, it was just like, all right, it turns out everyone just took orange.
Yeah,
whole lot of orange.
I mean, it's easier to play in a tournament that's long because the games are short. So there's that.
Yeah, there's definitely that. I think if you're going blue, I think I've found recently it's real tough playing some heavy blue strategies in to time.
Yeah.
So I think it's a tall order. Making sure
Joe mentioned it in the recent Wreck and Rule video. If you're going to play a blue deck in tournament, you got to be prepared. You got to be fully prepared. You got to know exactly what decisions you need to make, like, quickly. Because otherwise you're going to go to time and you're going to get a draw, and draws suck.
Yeah, I think Prime has a good Battlefield Legend. Prime has a good answer to that because he hits quite big anyway. So he can take out characters quite quickly. So there's none of this do half damage on one character, and then have to go in again sort of thing. It's I just get it done straight away. So he may be the exception to the rule, but
there's definitely. There's always exceptions to every rule, right? Especially in card games.
Yeah. But he's certainly part of the decision making I've got coming up when talking about the London event coming up next month.
Yeah, I can't say I was too surprised to see the meta shift so much into orange. With as said, with the time constraints all around, and the amount of games being played, you want to finish those games quick. Make sure you've got time to reset, get a drink, grab your snack bar. You need to keep yourself ready for the long day ahead of you. And no one likes being sat at the 50-minute time mark, 1-1, with a blue deck going, well, I'm not going to get any time to go do what I need to do. I get, and it is very mentally draining. Playing control in a tournament.
They did change those rules though now going to time, which is good. So there's no more ending in a draw. So they've gone back to they've gone back to counting the damage that's been dealt and in the KO zone. So
that's good.
It's
at least there's a result.
Yeah, exactly. And
I mean,
and
I've
if
been
it
on
does
the
come to that,
bad
then you
end
can
of
play
those
for that.
results, and like, I don't know what feels worse. I think a draw still feels worse.
I think a draw is never play for a draw, and
No.
so I think it's just much better even in those situations to go right. Let's just kind of work out who should concede.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
pretty
much.
a draw is just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
A draw does no one any favors. You're just dragging each other down. Really, it's best to have the player in the losing position concede and both improve their strength of schedule and give you a better result if you've maintained that game control over the course of the game. I'm glad they have changed those rules. They're especially as a tournament runner as well. It just never felt good. Like here is the end of term procedure. I'm really sorry.
You could well be going into a draw.
You get a draw.
Yeah.
So it's good that they've made that change, and evidently, again, just more reason, just go aggro in the face. If you're close to time, get one of those bots off the board before they do. Win that race.
Yeah, I mean, now that it's established, like, this is how you're going to win. Like, now you know when you're in that situation, at least, like, okay, I have to play to this out to achieve my goal, right? Whereas before, it was just like, I don't know. Well, it's just going to be a draw, I guess. Cool.
Yeah, not good. Anyway, I think that's enough about draws.
Yeah, anyway,
but
I think another thing, before we move on, another thing that I think contributed to the meta being so orange is the time constraints between the set coming out and the tournament. Is that I don't think there was enough time for like a true grindy blue deck to like fully have enough time to fine tune and test to be confident to play quickly.
Yeah, I think if there had been,
that's possible.
If there'd been another month, I think maybe we would have seen a lot more blue. But that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong.
People were worried, crying, oh, OPBL, he's not been around, he's not winning anymore. It's like, no, you should know that his strength lies towards the end of an established meta. And once the meta is established to the point where you can, build your deck of actions, he will make a comeback. But he now has to make a comeback in an environment where people are hitting him in the face really, really hard. A lot harder than previously.
Yeah.
A lot harder than previously. Leonizer, RC, and any combination of Grimlock or OPBL, like it is a problem that deck is going to have to deal with. I do think if that deck had existed, you would have seen some of the lads from Vector Sigma playing a 3-wide prime deck. If they know that that deck is not viable, give it a month or two. We might see a resurgence of him come the UK Open. It'll be very interesting to see how
he's just never a character that you can count out.
No, he's always going to be around somewhere. I mean, even at Gen Con, there was a few floating around, right?
And I don't want to.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, I can't tell yet. The UK Open is going to be our first real big look at the UK metagame as a whole.
Yeah, as a whole. That's what I'm most excited about. But we'll get to that.
In all of my previous card game experiences, the UK and Europe have been more slanting as control players than America. America love to go all in, turn thick cards to the side and hit face. This is a general.
I'd never really looked at it to see whether that is the case or not. I never really paid attention when I was playing Magic all those years. I never really paid attention to whether there was like, oh yeah, Europeans like this style. I mean, I know in fighting games, like Tekken that I play, that is the case. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, no, it's certainly been. I've noticed it on the very, very numerous card games I've played in time, and yeah, it's very interesting how the mindset changes between the US and Europe and the UK. So it'll be interesting to see what happens and how much the US metagame impacts the UK one.
I think it will to a lot of people because that's how we learned the game.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Like we learned it through watching the American players play the game because they got the cards before us.
Absolutely,
So-
and they were doing some great content.
Yeah,
Still
of
are,
course.
you know.
Yeah.
So it will be very cool to see. I've like, especially after the results of Gen Con. I mean, I can't be the only one who, when everyone went, you could run 4 wide cards and run this red, and I went, all right.
I mean, Red Alert, he's basically Swoop. He's 5 attack, 10 health, 0 defense, right? They're basically the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and Swoop in Dinobots, if you use him, he hits hard. Like, for his star cost, he hits hella hard.
Yeah, I think the base 5 and 10 health just can't be ignored too much. And
No.
like with cars, like we already know that the car shenanigans, and now getting it with a 4th character,
Yep.
like that's
Yep.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Absolutely inspired. And I say we'll delve into his deck a little bit more in a moment, but absolutely inspired, fantastic.
Yeah, that's
strategy
definitely not what
used
I was
there.
expecting. I mean, I was kind of expecting at least one like Battlemaster strategy to be in the top 4. But I was still expecting it to just be the same old decks. For that same reason that I mentioned earlier, that I didn't think there was enough time for people to be confident with a completely brand new strategy.
Yeah.
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 So I thought it was just going to be Superion, Bugs, the usual suspects. And yeah, looking at the photos that we saw, there was a lot of them around. But yeah, top 4 was nice. It was a nice surprise.
Yeah, I think that the real surprise to me was the mixed pip deck from Scott Landis.
Yes.
Just like
Beautiful.
it wasn't just mixed pip in the way that Metroplex does it, or the way I've been playing General Prime.
Yeah.
It was actually just playing good cards for good cards.
For good cards, yeah.
And it's fine. Like I'm just hitting for raw damage rather than bold damage. And okay, I want to play this armed hovercraft. That's cool. I'll do it because I'm gonna, I want to ping you all for damage or whatever. It's just good cards for good cards. I think that was really nice, and to see that in the top 4 was great.
Definitely.
It just shows that we're really close to seeing more of that, I think.
Yeah, I know we've talked about this like when we've been playing and play testing like quite a bit recently. Just that it feels like we're slowly moving that way, where we're not tied into playing all the double pip cards just because they're double pips anymore. Like you can actually play the cards you want to play instead.
Yeah.
And there have been some Siege releases that have allowed that as well, I think.
Yeah.
But also, if you look at that top 4, it goes to show that innovation is still key.
Of course.
If you can take decks that have done well in the past and with updates, but the good players are innovating. And if you can get ahead of the curve, you're going to do a lot better.
That is the key phrase when it comes to card games in tournament setting. Anyway, you've got to stay ahead of the meta every time, and that is the eternal quest. And that's why card games are so addicting, because you're always trying to do that. Like in a tournament, as a tournament player, that's what keeps you going. You're like, oh, what's the next tournament going to be? Okay, right. What can I come up with in the next 3 months to see if I can break the next meta? Like. It just gets everybody's brains going, and you get cool discussions out of it. It's like the best time. Like time between tournaments when you've got fresh results and when new sets come out. Those are like the most exciting times for me anyway as a player.
Yeah, it is really good. Like I turned up yesterday to our little meetup with 3 completely new decks, and looking forward to thrashing those out a lot more in the weeks to come. But it was just the results of the weekend just kind of went, oh, okay, maybe I should be doing this, and hence now 3 new teams have been born.
Yes.
But yeah, okay. So should we move on to the winner of it all and the environment and such? Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we should give a big congratulations to Kevin Allen.
Of course.
Who won the big Gen Con event.
Yeah.
with 4 wide cars, and it was. I think, like we just said, it was pretty inspired. I think the team had at least been present in some early Wave 1 games.
Yeah, see,
I recall
that was
seeing.
news to me because I
Yeah.
came in Wave 2, so I didn't know anything about that.
I don't think it saw the consistency that it has now. Was perhaps one of the problems why it didn't continue. But now with some of the additions of things like Bolster, like we spoke about in the last cast,
That's a good card, that.
it's a good card, yeah.
Yeah.
And cars being able to really utilize it much better than many other teams can at the moment.
Yeah.
They've just got so much draw power and card filtering that I think most combinations of cars are going to be good for using Bolster. The 4 wide thing, I think it just about outdoes things like bugs, because it can stand back up again. So if you can get a force field down, bolster into a force field or whatever, and survive a single attack, stand back up, go in, you're now basically 5 wide. You do it a second time, you're 6 wide, and
Yeah. Against
bugs
a
can't
Lionizer
handle
deck.
that.
And against a Lionizer deck that's like essentially 2 wide once Lionizer's dead. And
yeah. And you just cannot handle that. Like each of them are punching for about 5+ before flip.
Yeah, they're all punching above their weight, aren't they?
It's a similar problem to Devastator when I was playing bugs for a while. Devastator was just a bad matchup for the same reason. They're 6 wide, like just straight away.
If you're orange, you've got to know that you're not going to defend very well. No, so if you do go against a wide team, exactly. If you go against a wide team, expect to lose a person or two.
Yeah.
But
that's where you got to do crazy things with bugs and go with kickback first instead. It works sometimes, but it's a gamble.
I'm looking at the deck list here, and all of the usual suspects are there. The only cards from Siege are the 2 bolsters and the 3 heat of battles.
Yeah, so he's using heat
force fields.
Battles. Yeah, I think it was force fields.
Was he using the Wave 3 force fields?
Yeah.
Or was he using the Wave 1 force fields?
But yeah, the heat of battle is very, very clever.
It's a great card.
We've seen it used in a couple of the RC Leonizer decks, maybe to just as
I've got
as
it
the 3 extra
in
copies
2 of my decks.
As the 3 extra copy of Supercharge, right? But I think in here it shines because you're 4 wide and you're on the wheel, and your wheel turn is that much better. If you can get 2 or 3 attacks off, it's just absolutely great.
That's why it's in the sideboard of my bugs.
It makes way more sense, yeah.
And you can see his sideboard here. He's got the 3 Scrapper Gauntlets for the bolster strategy. He's got the 2 Press the Advantage because that card is great. He's got the 2 Espionage, and he's got the 3 Squish the Moat Bugs. So
Squish, man, that's. I think that might be my favorite card from this new set.
Yeah, Squish is really good.
Squish has been doing me a mischief.
What did I do yesterday with Dreadwing? I armed Hovercraft and then attacked with Pierce and Squish.
I think the worst part about that was that
it was 2 damage to everyone on the board, plus the guy I was attacking had got another Pierce too.
Yeah, it was when you were doing it when you were small, so like with
that's what I mean.
Dreadwind
This was a
Dreadwind. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, you're just hitting my detour and dealing 2 to everyone basically. Ugh, that was annoying.
But Squish. I think it's really good as a main deck option, and in sideboard it's great. Like it covers.
Yeah, it definitely has a place.
A lot of matchups for a lot of decks.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, its orange doesn't really matter too much. Like I've been playing it in blue decks. It doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, like I say, you have it in your blue Dreadwing.
Yeah.
Dreadwing.
Yes.
And yeah, just have it as a like a 1 of or 2 of.
Yeah. That's
So,
great.
are we comfortable in saying that bugs have officially been knocked off of the best aggro deck, quote unquote?
Not officially.
No, not yet.
I think bugs still have a huge part to play. I think.
Oh,
Just because
still-
only one made it doesn't mean that they're not the best.
Yeah.
yeah,
It
could be a surprise factor. I don't know what
They could have
bugs
just
you
had bad
counted
matchups
this,
the entire
to
day.
be honest.
Like,
yeah, I think you just have to play the similar game, and that maybe it's time they try bolstering. But I don't know. We spoke a little bit about that. I'm not 100% sure on it, just because
No,
they
I
don't
don't
have the
think-
draw power to really rely
No,
on it.
yeah.
But I'm sure there are answers.
hmm
Very, very interesting. The surprise factor was probably a lot
Perhaps
of
they
people
go back.
got taken by surprise.
Perhaps they go back to ransack and I still function.
That's what I've been doing for a while.
Yeah,
I
ransack
don't
is
know.
good. Ransack's good. Yeah. So yeah, once again, congratulations to Kevin. He smashed it
Yep.
with that deck list. Played very well throughout the day. And it was, I say again, shout out to the top four. The seeing fire drive was quite nice. When it's
it
about a
wasn't
match
just
that
all aimless.
it must be Leonizer. It's a red button. No, fire drive, and he just
Yeah.
does work.
Yeah.
The
He's
fact
good
that
fun.
he can just get there, right? That ability to just go +2, +3 at the cost of your hand, to just get there rather than leave someone on the board is very. I think that's the math is good there.
Mhm.
So yeah, very interesting. Very interesting to see how the meta is shaping into. Hopefully, hopefully it will slant more towards the center of the blue orange divide.
Yeah, I'd like to see more blue represented. Even though I prefer playing orange personally, it would be nice to see a better spread.
It just takes time. It will take time for the control deck.
This is what happens in every new meta. I found the same in Magic anyway. It's just there's always a red deck wins. Like there's always a hyper aggressive. I'm just gonna go all out. Like at the beginning of the meta, that's just what people slant towards because it's easier.
Yeah, it's already happened twice in Transformers, right? Like at the beginning of the Wave 1 meta, aggro, and then Power of the Primes and 3-wide Prime started shaping up. By the start, Wave 2 meta, okay, it was less orange slanted and less orange results, but again, by the end of that, it was 3-wide Prime and Superion, to counter the.
Yeah, so it just takes a little while because
It takes a little while.
the problem is like as a control player, you've got so many things that you have to like try and account for, and it's impossible to do all of them in the main deck, which is why the sideboard exists. But you need the time to know, oh, okay, this is the meta, so I need to skew my main deck towards this, and then I need to have my sideboard as the backup plan. But then it's constantly changing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't envy control/blue players because it's a whole other level of like staying ahead of the curve. Like aggro decks still have to do it, but blue decks have to do it way more.
Yeah, but that's a lot of draw for control. The draw that play.
That's why. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
keeps them going back.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people that attracts them to that style, right? That's just not me personally.
I am a control player. I get a lot of happy feelings from controlling the game. But right now it's very difficult. I'm trying my best, but it's not. It's not going
I've been
too
trying
well.
it, so yeah, I feel your pain. I was like, I'm gonna try some blue decks, and it's a struggle right now. Even with the new stuff, it's still a struggle.
Yeah, I lean a little bit more towards blue, but I do try and play some orange, mostly because there's just a little bit of a lack of orange in our Brighton crowd at the moment, and just feel like we need it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be going back that way. I've been trying to not do it because, like I've said previously, like with our like Saturday tournaments and stuff, they're a bit more casual, and I don't want to just show up with like bugs or a Lionizer deck and just make it not fun for
Yeah.
people. Like,
I think it wouldn't be a surprise now, knowing what's coming up.
yeah,
If,
I mean,
if people
with
start
with
leaning
the
more
new
towards the
tournament
competitive
rules,
stuff now.
news and stuff, then yeah, obviously people are going to start getting more serious. But
I don't know, like, yeah, I'd much rather face, the top tier aggro decks and ram my face into them until I get through there. It might take me, 10 games, but get through there.
I think that's different though. Like if you go into a playtesting session with that mindset, like it's completely different.
Then that's fine.
Oh, I'm gonna go play in my local and have some fun. Oh, great! I get to play against Bugs and Lionizer, and then another version of Lionizer. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
I don't know.
what's the tips and tricks to tackling this aggro orange environment then?
Well, I don't know. That's the question, isn't it?
Exactly. That is the
If
question.
you can't beat him, join him. I don't know.
It worked for Gen Con, so see who could do it better, who could do it faster.
Yeah.
There is definitely a way to do it, but
Yeah. I think the cards are present. The problem is seeing them. They're not all green.
That's always the
problem.
answer. The answer is there somewhere. It's just we have not found it yet. And when I say we, I mean everyone as a collective.
Yeah. So I do feel that you've been trying them, Kevin, in your decks recently, like with Gyroblasters. Are you trying Dampling Fields as well?
I've not tried a Dampling Field.
No,
since
but I think
I toyed with it with my Megatron Living Weapon build.
Yeah.
Because Dampening Field doesn't do enough. Like it says they can still get +4 damage minimum.
Yeah.
Gyroblasters.
I think it's useful against Lionizer and maybe something like Wheeljack.
Yeah.
But
whereas Gyroblasters stops a lot more damage.
Probably kickback.
Because it reduces things to 2 cards, no matter what.
Gyroblaster is just incredible.
It is incredible, and in testing, whenever I flopped it down, it's won me games if they've not had an answer, and it is a difficult card to answer. For aggro.
I've been really trying out with my own version of Dreadwing. I need to throw out more things, but I've been toying around with the Gyroblasters and what we've dubbed the rock paper scissor armors.
Yeah.
Because he can carry 2 of each slot.
Yeah, exactly.
Having 2 of the armors and a security console and the Gyroblaster and double weapons. It just seems really good. It feels like it's the best test for it.
That's the tricky thing with Gyroblasters, right? Is you can't rely on the tough strategy.
Yes.
So you have to do other means, and it's the standard +1 armors are not good.
No.
I think I'm using the ranged one, so it gets +1 if it's a melee character coming in.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm like,
reflex.
Yeah, circuits, even then I'm like,
that one's my favorite one because it's the best against bugs.
Yeah.
Yep. So you got most of the bugs. You got Wheeljack.
All of them except for
Lionizer. Barrage. Is he only melee in alt mode?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I knew he was one on one side. But yeah, so most of them. So like Kickback, who has the hugest swing. You've got Ransack. He packs a punch, and as does Grapnel. So like you're doing like 75% of that game. Wheeljack, he's like the big scary one in a cars build, and you're protected versus that.
Yeah, Grimlock obviously as well.
Grimlock for sure. So yeah, I feel like Reflex is possibly one of the better ones.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite, but obviously only if you're playing range characters.
Yes, of course.
Which is why I was trying it in Dreadwing as well because I was using Dreadwing aimless and they're all ranged. So
yeah, obviously due to the sheer amount of aggressive melee characters there are, it does happen that extra +1 happens.
Yeah, it happens quite a lot. But I think it's like you have to build your deck in a way to utilize them correctly, if you know what I mean, by choosing the right characters to. Because I feel like even if you're doing a 2-1 split where you've got like 2 ranged and 1 specialist, I still don't like playing them in a deck like that. But that's just me personally.
I think overall, like, you know, following down this topic a little bit further, like if you want to play those, then you can get away with having other pips in your deck, so you don't just have to play this blue strategy.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So you can play more mixed pip, you can play more blanks, you can play extra white, and it goes more into that mixed pip, play the card you want to play kind of route. But if you are just going to go blue heavy and say, like, I don't know, 80% of your deck is going to be blue, then probably going the tough route is possibly better.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Again, yeah, I think as we have more time to play those and people use them more, then it will become more apparent whether they are as good or bad as people think they are.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't had enough time with them yet.
They're really in the middle at the moment. Some like them and put them in the main. Some think that they are just purely sideboard cards, and I think both are correct.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is no right answer yet.
Yeah, it's real tough. I think that about wraps up everything we wanted to speak about with Gen Con and
the current meta going forward.
The orange sort of strategy. So.
I guess we got one final question for everybody to answer in the comments below, right? Cliff Jumper.
Oh, go on.
Cliff Jumper. Good or trash? You decide.
I think the answer is expensive.
Yeah. At least over here, anyway. I'm sure it's pretty expensive still in the US, but over here, whew, yeah. Yeah,
I felt a little bit guilty having to purchase Omnibots, and it cost me about 40 quid, and they arrived.
Like we said, I don't think that's that bad, because you're getting 3 characters for the same price as probably less than a super rare. So
I think it's more the accessibility of it.
Yeah, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that I'm going to do well enough to win one at this tournament.
Seems reasonable. That's a good goal.
I like it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've set myself a goal. That's my goal.
My goal is to win the whole thing. But
well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I think that's everyone's goal, right? Really, but
what I'm gonna do. My actual plan is to do really well, get to that top 8, and then put someone over in the top 8.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Make them look good.
You're gonna do the job.
Just do the JOB.
Moving on.
So local events. So Southampton has had 0 local events apart from lots of testing sessions since our last. So what about you guys down in Brighton?
We had a little one on the 27th of July. It was real small. There was only 6 players, but it was really fun. It was really good to see 6 completely bizarro decks turn up.
Yeah, it was fun day. It was fun day.
Yeah, it was. And just to read off a couple that did arrive, we had Menosaur again, because now that I've given it to Joe, he just can't stop playing it. We had Mark come along with the Runner Boys.
Yeah.
There was a new chap that came down. He brought his Dreadwing deck. I think he was using Lionizer.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And then as a sideboard option, was using Fire Drive.
Yes, yeah.
Which was cool. We had 4-wide Alpha Tri on deck. And from James, yeah. And Trigger Happy, Needle Nose, and Hot Rod.
Mm.
That was Nick, right?
It was interesting. That was with Nick, yeah. So he dialed it back after playing Grimlock and Lionizer. Yeah. I think he was a little bit worried that everyone was going to hate him or something, so he dialed it back. It just so happened that everyone else did as well.
That's the same reason that I don't go there with like bugs or Lionizer decks anymore. You just feel bad. Yeah, it's not fun.
I think
a casual local tournament, it's like you just want to have fun.
I think everyone will be fine to expect that. moving forward to the next big event that we now get. So yeah, that was really nice to just see like some really cool out of left field decks arrive. Like even myself, like I was ready to drop Soundwave for the day, and so like yeah, it was just really crazy. The decks that were coming along, and so overall we had Alpha Trion won it from James, who's now got his blog site Flip Flip Bang Bang.
Yeah, you can see that deck in our most recent video previous to this one.
Its main strategy was around it was mostly orange with a couple of key blue cards. So one of which was swap missions, really crucial on turns where he wanted to swing with Tryon and keep him alive. And another blue one was leap into battle.
Yeah.
And so Tryon could swing, flip swap missions, tap down Fireflight, and now you've got to go on Fireflight, and Tryon's now alive. And it was just really frustrating having to, like, I want to get to Tryon and I can't.
Yeah.
The long haul edition was a late edition, I believe, and that was I don't think it was meant to be a key piece. It was more of a I need a rock wall for someone to hit to run into first. So you'd usually open up with long haul. If long haul survives, that's amazing because then you can go into tap down Fireflight, and now you have to go into Fireflight, and now that whole 4 wide suite is just gonna keep pounding you. Somewhat similarly to how Kevin Allen did with his 4 wide cars, I guess, in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was really, really good. I think it was a lot stronger than James thought it was, and maybe what anyone else thought it was. I think it was really hard to go into it and know how to tackle it.
Yeah, unfortunately,
he also had.
I didn't get to play against it, so I didn't get to see how it like played out. I mean, obviously I've seen it since, but yeah, on the day everyone was like, "Oh," everyone was surprised that it won, but I was like, "Oh, I didn't get to play against it. I wanted to see what it did."
He also had RC in the deck, so again, because of the Fireflight play, it meant that there was now 2 key characters that were quite well protected. And so against blue, RC would just run all over them. But even without it, she could still put in some hurt on some other decks too. So that was really interesting. And after the event, after we'd won it all, I'd said to him, like, right, before you run away, I want to get a game in. So I played him with my Soundwave, and yeah, he absolutely walked all over me. It was awful. So yeah, I kind of had some second thoughts on my feelings of Soundwave at the moment, but he's still good. He's still good.
He is still good.
But,
I was surprised that I was able to counter him so easily with just that sideboard strategy that I came up with yesterday. That
the point defense system really hurt him.
Completely just turns off Laserbeak. So
well, just most of the deck, right? So most of the strategy is Pierce based.
Yeah, but just the fact that you now can't just by playing 1, and I was playing Dreadwing, so I could have 2. That's why I was playing it. But yeah, just playing 1, like it's just like you now can't swing with Laserbeak and untap and then swing and get PS4 like from that. That's just turned off.
Yeah, the only way I was going to be able to apply damage with those then was from calculated strikes or bigger they are. And I can't rely on those.
But then if I played both of the point defense systems,
they would have just done nothing. Yeah. So
yeah, that's just a niche
hard.
case where it's good in Dreadwing because he can have 2, or whether it is just a good card. But yeah, just reducing Pierce by 2 in general is pretty good. It turns off Energon Axe, it turns off the blasters, it turns off a lot of things.
Yeah, and then this is where the sideboard comes in as well. So like we had the set, and the first game was I just about managed to win.
Yeah.
And then you sideboarded in I assume the defense systems and maybe something else.
Squish.
Was it Squish?
Yep.
And then a couple of other pieces on my side, and it just didn't do anything. It was real hard. So yeah, it just shows like how sideboards do matter. Just the smallest of changes, like overall, maybe like, what was it from your side? Up to 6 cards you changed?
I changed 6 cards. I took out extra paddings for the point defense system, and I took out I can't remember what I took out, but yeah, 3 something else for 3 swish.
Yeah, seems like such a nominal change, but it's actually massive.
Yeah.
So that was that.
Alpha Trion.
That was he
came out on top.
Yeah, Alpha Trion came out on top.
Search for Alpha Trion.
It's complete, I guess. Like, he's won an event.
He did, yeah.
Top tier confirmed.
We can just put him away now. Don't have to play him again. He's done.
Oh, he has. James has. He's now moved on to toying with Ironhide.
No spoilers.
He's trying to keep ahead of the metagame. I like it.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It won an event. That's fine. It's retired now. Next.
Exactly.
He wasn't using the ancient wisdom shenanigans.
No, he wasn't. No, that's why it was fun to get both of our versions of it recorded, because mine was the completely different build of Alpha Trion. I was just trying to do crazy combo stuff, and he's just like, I'm just going to play 4 wide aggro. Why not?
Why not? It's good.
I was like, I'll play 2 wide combo shenanigan aggro. Why not? And he's like, no, I like 4 characters. Yeah, seems good. I think 4's better than 2.
Is better than 2.
The ancient wisdom shenanigans is pretty inspired.
It's fun. It's real fun, but it's not like good or consistent. So
it was pretty nuts. How many cards are you drawing on your turn? Like, what are you doing on your turn?
I think I played like eight cards was my maximum that I managed to play in one turn.
It's pretty bonkers.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you were playing 8 cards, but you weren't necessarily doing that much to say that you played 8 cards.
Yeah. Okay.
Talking about not good or consistent.
Yes.
In my testing game yesterday, I was playing 3-wide prime against a OPBL RC Leonizer list.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I win the dice roll, so I'm like, okay, right. So, if I go first and get RC off the table, that's a big threat dealt with. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'll flip prime. I'll swing in. I did not flip a buff. I'm like, all right, excellent. So she's still on the board, and my prime is tapped.
Yep.
His turn consists of playing a card.
I can see where this is heading.
Flipping prime, and he's like, okay, cool. Attack with prime. He's an orange deck, so he's like orange, white, like orange, white, orange, something. One of those cards happens to be Peace Through Tyranny.
Yep.
So he's through Tyranny's Leonizer, slaps it on RC, deals like 10 damage to my prime, and then takes another turn. Yeah, I lost that game.
Yeah, it feels bad.
Yeah,
it was really bad.
If that happens every one of his games, he'll do very well.
Yeah.
We need to find an answer to that. Like,
there isn't an answer. I was.
Unfortunately, that's just going to happen sometimes. I think that's just the nature of the variance in this game.
Oh yeah, it was. I was like, yep. So fairly sure 3-wide prime decks don't win when their prime gets killed in one move.
Yeah. That's another thing that I think is important to mention if you're going to be going to tournaments, is that expect that crazy things like that will happen to you on the good end and the bad end. Yeah. So don't get too caught up in that.
It's the same thing.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen to everyone. It's not just you. It will happen to everyone. So,
and everyone always remembers their bad beats.
Yeah, of course.
In every game, you very rarely remember the good wins, I guess. But it's all about when that happens, you just need to take a breather.
Don't go remember that well, I don't want to say that's probably the bad thing to say. I was going to say for the most part it's out of your control, but that's only when it's concerned to flips. Like
Yeah.
Like the rest, there are other things in the game obviously that are in your control. But when it comes to flips, unless you're planning or doing stuff like that, like the flips are going to be random. Like that's just how the game works. Like you can check your scrap and see what's going to be left in your deck. That's the most you can do. Like.
Yep. But the key thing is you don't want to like it wasn't a tournament game. But if something like that happens in a tournament game, you know, you really have to suck it up.
Mm-hmm.
Take a few seconds. Because going on tilt will just cause you to spiral down.
You'll just lose your train of thought, and then the next few, it can last with you for the rest of the tournament. Like you can still like play and win, but like you'll still be thinking about it in the back of your head, like don't let that happen. Like I know it's easier said than done, but
try and manage your reactions and really be like, no, I'm not going on tilt. It's fine. It's happened. I can deal with it. And the good players are the ones that can just keep their train of thought level and smash on. I've seen
shake it off.
I've seen finals where like something has happened and like maybe the player A has had like just been beaten and he hadn't seen it coming. But he was like, wow, your deck, I hadn't seen you do that before. However, like in that game, he was like, but I now know how to beat it. And the ability for players to like take a bad beat and then ignore going on tilt whilst retaining the ability to know how to then beat the deck. And I've seen it with that. You know, they've come back to win the second and third games. And
you just got to set it aside and be like, that's done.
Woo!
We can't do anything about that now. How can we do better in the next one? Like
in tournaments, I very much try to be poker face because I don't. If I'm like, well, if I don't give off any emotion, I'm not going to be subject to tilting myself. I just don't have any emotion. So just try and turn them off.
That's why you take the secret fighting game strategy of wearing the the dust face mask, so they just can't see your face.
Well, yeah, you know, you don't want to give any tells away.
They can't see you secretly snickering behind your mask that you've got your Piece Through Tyranny and your Quartermaster in your hand, and your Lion Eyes are ready to go.
I mean, it's why Sonic Fox is the best fighting game player in the world.
Oh yeah, he wears a complete fox mask. You can't see anything. Anyway, so should we move on to the next stage from local tournaments to bigger sized tournaments?
Exciting.
I am so hyped for this. I'm even more hyped. They've changed the format.
I mean, it was already exciting, and then it got even more exciting literally today.
Yep, literally today. So a week ago, the UK was given an announcement that we will have a UK Energon Open with qualifiers leading up to. So not only are we getting organised play, we're getting essentially a nationals and nationals qualifiers in a month.
All in one.
All in one. Like they've just gone, we'll take 3 months of tournament qualifiers, give you 3 weeks, and the nationals at the end of the month. Oh, and the winner gets flight and accommodation to PAX Unplugged. Cheers. And we're just like,
everyone's just like, whoa, okay, sweet, cool.
There's a lot to take in.
That is a lot to take in.
And then we started unpacking it all, and that's when, then people started not like panicking, but like getting a little bit concerned. Just like it was originally going to start at 8 a.m. in the morning and finish at 11 p.m. at night. And it's like, if people have to travel, then they're gonna have to get up at like 4 or 5 a.m. like to go on the day if they want to, if they can't get the Friday off work or whatever.
Hotel in the middle of London.
Yeah, so
on the night before, which is not cheap.
People were starting to stress a little bit, but then they obviously saw that people were stressing a little bit, and they changed it.
So they've now changed the format, they've changed the timings, and I think overall, a lot more people will be
It was
Yeah, they'll be a lot happier.
The changes
that'll
are
change.
everything that I had concerns about.
Yeah.
Same.
So previously it was sealed. It was 8 o'clock. So it was half sealed, half constructed,
Which
is
straight
quite
off the
unique.
bat was like for me weird, but
Yeah, it doesn't bother me too much. But anyway, yeah. Then not many people were enjoying the fact that it was sealed, travel up for it, and then potentially not have a full 4 rounds of constructed.
Yeah. It's just like
Um,
we've already bought all our cards and
yeah,
like, made our decks,
so, like,
and we put all our time into these decks, and then we might not even get to play them for like more than 2 rounds. It's like, okay.
You might not even bother get to playing them at all. If you go,
That's what I mean. If you go 0-4 in sealed, it's like, do I even play?
I guess I just drop and do something else.
Yeah, it's like, so do I just go home now, or like, do I stick around, or what do I do?
But now they've changed it to just constructed,
which is
made
good.
it a little bit of a later starting time.
Yeah. I mean, like, my only gripe with it being sealed was that every other tournament where a player has qualified for the big invitation at the end, all the tournaments have been just constructed. So so straight away it stuck out to me. I was like, well, hang on, why are we playing sealed when no one else has played sealed to qualify?
I mean, I get it. They're not wrong. The mixed format of 4 rounds of sealed and 4 rounds of constructed will give you the best players.
It's a Magic standard. Like, that's what they do in tournament in Magic. They always have draft and then constructed.
Personally, sealed format can die in a fire. Like, nothing.
I don't
about
mind
it
sealed. I don't think Wave 3 sealed would have been fun.
I was assuming it would be 2-2-2.
Yeah, if they did something like that, I think that would have been enjoyable. But then again, you could have just ended up with like completely unsynergistic packs.
Yeah,
like you could have been like, I've got like 2 halves of some combiners which I can't do anything with, and then like a load of battle cards which don't do anything. So yeah,
but I'd much rather have 6 rounds of construct.
Yes,
it means that
definitely.
playtesting is even more important.
Reward people for playing their deck.
It rewards people from playing their deck and then reading the metagame, etc. And also just like, it's a lot less time consuming. So yeah, just let's do it. Like,
I'm all in.
It also means I no longer have to worry about to skip the 2 rounds of sealed. Like, I'm more than happy to not win any qualifiers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was stressing about. I was like, oh man, I've got to I really have to try and win our local one because I do not want to play those 4 rounds of sealed.
I'm getting to 1 qualifier and I have to win it to avoid 2 rounds of sealed.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm much happier that that's not the case.
Yeah. I think it's going to be more enjoyable for everyone as well, because they're just going to show up and everyone's going to be like, what deck have you brought? And they're like, I brought my cool pet deck. And everyone's going to be like, I brought my cool pet deck. And it's going to be sweet, instead of like just showing up and meeting all these people and then just not playing each other with our decks. Like, that would be weird, I think.
Yeah. I think it's just a much better change, and the feedback already has been positive. So
everything that I've seen about the announcement has been like, yeah, sweet, cool, constructed. Yeah, we get to play constructed. Awesome, I can bring my deck. Like,
So yeah, I think our local group definitely has piped up their attitude a bit about the event. But we'll have to wait and see how.
I mean, we're already like, it's not that we were like
but
down on it. We need to stress that, and like, we weren't down on it at all. Like, we were all like still excited about it. We just were wishing that it was all constructed.
It was just very different.
I am very much like a terrible sealed player, so I would have gone 1-3 in the first 4 rounds and dropped. That would have been my tournament.
Sure. So. that was like, the main thing. The other thing, right, is just that because the stakes are so high, it's like you've got the chance to go to this big tournament and represent like not only yourself but like Europe as a whole. It's, I don't know if people have like cottoned onto that yet. Like, if you win and you're going, you're representing the UK and you're representing Europe. It's like the European Energon Open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure if there's anything else in Europe
No, there's not.
that's been done.
And that's another
There's
thing
not?
that
Okay.
I don't think people have considered that yet. Is that there might be people showing up to some of these this big qualifier and these little ones that are coming from
might
other
travel.
countries
Yeah.
because it's their
That would
only
be cool.
chance.
That would be cool.
I think
that'd be
there's.
really
I think
interesting.
there will definitely be some in at the London one. I would not be shocked to see people from like France or close European countries get on a flight and go there.
I'm used to going to Darksphere and seeing a lot of international players or European
Yeah,
players.
it's central, right? It's got good train routes. It's got good flight routes.
So bring them on. Let's do it. Let's build.
I'm
build the community
more
up
than
there.
excited
I'm-
to see like other European countries come over and be like, oh, this is how we play the game over in our country. Like our meta is like this. It's like
I'm just looking forward to seeing other
it's gonna
UK
be crazy.
players from metas I haven't visited yet. You know, I've been up to London once or twice. I've been to Brighton several times. I've gone to Bristol. So yeah, just seeing people north of London come down, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like, not only are we going to get that, but we've got the potential of people coming from completely different countries. Like,
Absolutely, it's really good, really cool.
Yeah.
We should someone should probably organise like a meal on the Friday evening,
or just like a
London.
group. Yeah.
Just
This
like
is
get a group
potentially
meal.
like I still think I want to go up the day before to just kind of feel a lot fresher.
I think so. Yeah.
I think we are as well.
Even
I
if it's
think
just
that's fine for us.
even if it's just a huge room rental.
Yeah.
Just
Or even just get an Airbnb or
close to
something.
the venue. Yeah, exactly. We're just close to the venue. We just share it out like 20 quid each or something.
That's what we did when
split
we
it
went
up for one
to
night.
Versus fighting recently for Tekken.
Yeah.
There was 8 of us that went, and we just got an Airbnb. It was cheap. Like we hired a van, we drove there, and we got an Airbnb. And I think it cost us 50 quid each for the whole thing.
And yeah, potentially doing a meal beforehand. I know a few guys in the States do it. I think they've been organising them for like L5R recently.
Yeah.
Like all the clan dinners.
Yeah,
and
nice.
stuff.
Yeah, let's get a
it's pretty cool.
Decepticon only dinner. Let's go.
Remember, that
No Autobots allowed. Get out.
The other reason why people might want to be there the day before is because Darksphere are doing a qualifier on the 13th.
Okay.
Oh really? Interesting.
That's the last qualifier.
Wow, they just get a double of it. Whoa.
Yeah,
2 days.
they're doing a qualifier on the Friday.
Oh, are they? I didn't know
and
that.
That's the last qualifier. Yeah, if you look at the list.
What time?
We're
Um,
now just planning to get there on the Friday.
Well, if we're going on the Friday anyway, like why not just go on the Friday and just take part in
Get some more reps
the
in.
thing? Yeah, exactly. Might get a sneak peek of what's going to be there on the Saturday as well.
Yeah, I hadn't even considered that. Well done, Darksphere. You clever so-and-sos.
That's their plan all along. They're going to have like secret employees like going around and be like, right, who's playing what? Right. Okay, we're going to build this. We're going to build this tonight. We're going to test against this. So basically, if you're entering the Friday one, play a different deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could.
I'm going to play Blue Dreadwing on Friday, and I'm going to play Lionizer on Saturday.
Yeah.
Good. So I'll expect you to bring Soundwave.
No, actually, I'm going to play Cosmos.
So yeah, the
Yes.
13th of September is the last open qualifier. So that's held at Darksphere, which means we can go up there on the Friday, have a last chance qualifier, go and grab an Indian afterwards or something, and then get the usual 2 hours of sleep before a big tournament.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Standard tournament weekend. That's what happens.
Wicked. That's what I was talking about. Feeling fresh.
But yeah, for those out there who are listening that haven't seen the list, the trial locations are on the 17th of August at the Geek Retreat in Milton Keynes. 17th of August, Just Play in Liverpool, England. The 25th of August at Bag of Holding in Bournemouth. I'll see you there. 31st of August in Firestorm Games in 31st of August at the Dice Saloon in Brighton. I'm sure Matt and Mark will see you there.
Yeah.
31st of August again, Coliseum Park in Tamworth. 31st of August again, Comic Crazy in Paisley in Scotland. And then 1st of September at Beanie Games in on Tees. 7th of September at Athena Games in Norwich. 7th of September at the Geek Retreat in Leeds. 8th of September at Chaos Cards in Folkestone, and then 13th of September, Darksphere Shepherd's Bush in London,
Wow, I didn't
ahead
notice
of
that.
the main event of the season, which will be.
Yeah, I can't believe I missed that they were having one the day before. Yeah, that seems like a good plan. Just make it
Yep.
2 days.
Yeah, we could potentially do that.
I'll try and book the day off work.
Yeah, I've already put the request in.
Cool.
For me.
Nice.
Well, I don't work on Saturdays anyway, so it wasn't an issue.
Something that's really good, I think. So when Dice Saloon was asked to do it, there was, there's potential for only being a few stores that would get the option to do it.
Yeah.
I think the guys have done a pretty good job at trying to balance.
Yeah, it seems pretty well spread out.
Yeah, so if there is like 2 events on the same day, they're spread across the country.
Yeah, like the same day as ours, there's 2 others, right? Is it? Same day as ours?
There's at least one. So I think
there's one week where
games.
there's like 3 or 4, but like one's in Wales, one's in Scotland, and then one's in the north and one's in the south of England. Like they're all pretty well spread out.
Yeah,
they've done a really good job of selecting. I don't know how they selected the stores, but they've done a good job of making them spread, which is probably one of the reasons Southampton doesn't. Not that I'm sour about that or anything.
It's all right. It just means that next year there'll be more stores, right? So if this is successful, more stores will get included next year.
We'll hope for double next year.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we'll shoot for a second one.
I like it. But I'm really interested how they're going to continue this setup going into next.
Yeah, I mean, I think
are they
that's going to be their next big announcement. Like when it comes to organized play, is they like a consistent thing, a la FNM. Yeah. It's going to be
essential.
It's going to be TNT Thursday Night Transformers.
I don't know if they need to be that consistent. We've already seen they've already announced they're going to be doing a 3-month promo kit essentially.
Yeah, that's why I think that's going to be the next announcement, because that ties into that, right? And it's just like you've got something to do with these promos.
The qualification tournaments leading up to the bigger tournament is a thing they could do over a much wider period if they wanted to. They could have like store championships, which get the winner of which gets a bye at, say, a regional qualifier. The winner of which gets a bye at the nationals level event. Be what that one.
That's how FFG do it, isn't it?
Yeah, FFG have that sort of system.
Right.
And
cool.
I don't know how Wizards do it. I've never played Magic competitive. But,
Magic has a lot of events.
Magic is confusing. They have FNM, which is like the lowest level, which is just for like local stores, and then it goes like GPs, and then like trials, and then the Pro Tour, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate there's also a lot more money in Magic.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of formats, right? And and each format comes with its own tournament package, as it were.
Yeah,
sure.
There's because
and
the Pro Tour is basically that's why I think they took the sealed constructed split format from the Pro Tour in Magic. That's what they do in that.
Yeah, like I think if you're doing the Pro Tour, you do like the whole suite of things, don't you? There's a constructed, there's sealed, there's a draft.
They usually do like,
and you have to be involved in all of it if you want to do any of it.
I think it's like usually 2 rounds of sealed, or 2 or 3 rounds of sealed, and then like 4 to 5 are constructed.
I don't think Transformers needs to be that complicated. To be fair.
No, we'll just see how the game evolves, right? Like so with Magic, that's been going for tens of years. So
they've been doing it for
they've
years,
got such a huge card pool and huge knowledge of how the cards work that they've been able to fine tune each of those formats within a single set release. There's nothing to say that this couldn't happen with Transformers. It just might not be the next set, it might not be the set after that, but it could just be something that could happen in the future. And
I'm also interested to see if they figure out a way to do proper booster draft in this game.
Yeah.
Rather than generic sealed, where you just get 6 packs, you open your 6 packs, and that's your pool.
I like the proposed one
pick
at
and
the
pass.
moment. You can still do it.
I mean, I've seen people talking about it in like the group and stuff. But yeah, because I much prefer that to just open 6-packs and that's what you get.
I could potentially do it for the next event. I think with drafts though, you probably want them in smaller groups of 6 or 8 people to a pod, rather than the
you do, yeah.
18, 20 or so people that have been coming to the
But
release.
you can do
events.
that. You just have to split them into smaller groups.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, it can be done, and that's not an issue. It's just they can just be put into smaller groups, and it just be a tighter knit thing. I think.
I just don't because the numbers of the cards in the packs, and because you get characters in the packs. Like I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Like, do you open all the packs and then put all the characters in the middle, and then one person picks one at a time?
Yeah. So I think it was.
So you pick a character and then you open
Rochester
your pack
draft.
and pick a card. Right. Okay.
So you open up all the characters. You leave your battle cards sealed.
Yeah.
You lay them out flat in the middle of the table, and then whoever goes first gets to select one. They put that towards their pool, and then the next player picks one. Gets to the last person, they pick 2, and then it goes backwards around. Everyone gets 1, and then that person gets 2 until they're all gone. And then that's your pool of characters that you've selected.
Sure.
And then your battle cards, you do them like a normal traditional draft. So you open one pack at a time.
Pick and pass.
Yeah, pick and pass. Until they're all done. And then that's your deck and your team. And I think, that could work really, really well.
I'd definitely be interested to
I really want to try it.
Yeah, I want to try it as well.
And I think the best time to do that is, and at least for our group, is early in the set's release.
I mean, I'd be up for trying it with Siege, to be honest.
Yeah. I'll consider it for Siege 2 release. I'll have a think about it.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I would like to do it.
Cool. We got kind of sidetracked there.
We did get sidetracked quite a bit there.
So next local
Energon Open, exciting.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Brighton's next event is when?
So we actually have one this coming weekend, Saturday 10th of August. It would be another little local event. Yep, I've got a feeling that people are going to be stepping up their game a little bit as to what type of decks they bring. So don't feel afraid about bringing the top decks.
My 2 or 3 shortlist decks. Yeah.
Yeah. I think now that the Energon Open is on the table, I think people will be kind of looking to get some practice in for that and work out what's going to be viable and this, that, and the other. So, yeah, I think anything's game for this event.
Yeah.
Then we have, as just mentioned, on the 31st of August, we have the European Energon Open Trials event. So, winner of that event can get
2 buys.
It's currently 2 buys.
Yeah, that's what it says.
For the European Energon Open.
That might
London
change back to 1
September.
if they're only going to do 6 rounds, though.
If it's only going to be constructed, it might go back to 1, but you at least get a buy.
Yeah,
I'm expecting.
It was originally just 1, I thought, and then it changed to 2.
No, I thought it was 2
was it
because of the seal. I think maybe because of the sealed and
maybe it's 1 in each format. I don't know. But
and constructed.
Either way,
it wasn't really fleshed
we'll see
out on how that was
when they clarify that. But the winner gets at least 1 buy.
Yeah.
At least 1.
Yeah, and that's the same for any of those trial events that you would attend as well. So that's cool. If you can get to multiple of them, wicked.
I was going to say, well, how does that work? What happens if
you can't win more than one?
I'm a scumbag and I want to go win all of them and get 6 buys.
No, you cannot win more than one of them. You have to pass it down to the next person.
Good.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to check.
And I believe that something similar to that's been kind of happening out in the States at the moment with the challenge events like Gen Con and such, where they've already qualified for the top 32, so they have to pass it down.
Another qualification spot. Yep, cool.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll have the thing that happened in Tekken years ago where they were like, that happened, and like one guy just kept going. He was like, "Oh, I can relinquish my spot and enter again." Okay, cool. I'll relinquish my spot. So he did that like 9 times. So at the end of the tournament year, there was like, "Oh, there's 9 slots left. Oh crap! I guess we have to have 9 tournaments in one day." Okay, cool. So they just had back-to-back tournaments. Like they had 9 tournaments back-to-back to get to fill the last 9 slots. It was crazy.
Oops.
So yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah.
Next event in Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton.
On the 24th of this month, August. It will be a competitive constructed event. We are, we're looking to test for the Energon Open after all. So yeah, bring your best decks. Let's go and see what's working and what's not.
Get your poker faces on.
Excellent.
Absolutely, take those kid gloves off.
Yeah, bring your dust masks. Hide your face.
Specifically, it will be a bit of last-minute testing for the Bournemouth qualifier, which is on the following day. So
that's good. Actually, that's quite
good for you as well.
Sunday the 25th will be the Bag of Holding Bournemouth qualifier. So Southampton,
Nice.
last-minute testing, get the reps in, make those last-minute changes. 2 hours before the tournament on the next day, and then go and win the Brighton qualifier.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hopefully, we can get a Southampton and West Coast based podcast once you've come back from that weekend. So that sounds pretty. It's going to be pretty epic
good
for you guys.
It's going to be the last opportunity for me to qualify before the London Last Chance qualifier. So yes, looking forward to that.
Nice.
But yeah,
do you know if any of yours are planning on coming down to Brighton as well?
I believe there is a small contingent that are planning to. Yeah, they want to.
Nice.
Traveling is essential if you want to try and get those buys. So yeah,
and also just kind of see like what the rest of the field's kind of looking like as well.
Yeah,
So.
But meeting new people and making new acquaintances is always good.
Got to try and remember what your players were playing now. There was bugs. And there was
lots of aggro.
Yeah,
there's lots of aggro.
What a surprise!
Yeah, it's very different to ours.
I'm the only person playing blue, and I'm like getting beaten 7 ways to Sunday at the moment. But I'm like, no, there is a way through this. Just being belligerent at this point. But yes, so lots of aggro. But so that's our upcoming events, which I think rounds us out for everything for that topic.
Yeah. And then next we have fun, cool, exciting new stuff. So first of all, we had
new
the
announcement.
Big bad dinosaur Trypticon.
Whee!
I was right.
You must
I guess
have known he was coming.
I
were right.
It was cool.
You were right.
We were playtesting the day that it was announced, and they did their little spoiler tweet with the like something big in inverted commas is coming. I was like, I think it's Trypticon.
It's got to be something Titan related.
Yeah, I was like, I think because they emphasized the big, it's going to be something big, like actually physically big, like in the context of a transformer. So yeah.
And everyone's been sitting on height advantage, going, "When do we get our next Titan?"
Yeah, exactly. So now we do. And I don't know what you guys think of him, but it's kind of hard to evaluate him, I think, because as we found out at the same time, he is coming out at the same time as the new set. Yeah. So we've got 64, maybe more, maybe less, brand new battle cards that are going to be coming with him at the same time. So because of that, it's kind of hard to say how good or bad he is, because
he's essentially
there could be a
the
whole
box
new
topper
keyword. There could be like anything in these new cards. So
he's the box topper for the box.
The box
so
topper,
if you're looking to buy a box, you're going to get yourself a Trypticon and a set of his cards. I understand.
Yeah,
the characters. The characters.
Yeah, you get him and his 3 minions, Full Tilt, Wipeout, and Brunt.
The battle cards, as we understand it, are coming in
the set,
the booster set. So
in the actual set.
Yeah, so like that you could still get Titan cards in your normal pool of battle cards.
Yeah, so that's one thing that people are worried about, right?
Is that in the set, there's going to be 3 rare cards allocated to Trypticon stuff.
Well, 2 allocated to Trypticon, and potentially another 3rd generic Titan one,
which could be Titan based.
Yeah. And we've already had the 2 Trypticon ones spoiled, which we can go over in a second.
I really like the design on Trypticon. Fun.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah, he does look really fun.
I like that they didn't just be like, oh, he's what Metroplex does, but the opposite.
Yes.
I like that they were a bit more inventive than that.
He does some interesting things, eating his own little minions.
Yeah, I like that.
Stuff is quite cool.
He eats things to power up. Genius.
And then each of your small characters the drones and the little bots, they have this new keyword called revenge.
Revenge, yeah. Which
and as we
that triggers
understand
when they
it is
die.
when they die, they
Yeah.
get a thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in most cases, it's drawing cards, scrapping equipment, dealing damage. You know, it's like utility-based stuff. So
Yeah.
you can flip Trypticon, eat one of your minions, get your revenge trigger, and now your Trypticon gets to either heal 3 or get a +3 damage boost.
Yeah.
So there's some cool utility to play around with there.
Yeah, so I mean, like,
and because of the
play patterns of the deck seem fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be good. We don't know yet because we don't have the cards, and there's a whole new load of cards coming out. So, but yeah,
I would not be surprised if there's more cards that would.
He looks fun. The only thing worrying to me is the 30 health. It seems a bit low for a one-wide
For me, it's
team.
that similar sort of thing as the Devastator, right? So he's got that healing mechanic, but he's got a smaller health pool than all of the other combiners.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
but yeah, he does have the
what was the balance here? Like, what was going through their developing team?
He can
to
heal
make
3.
That decision.
Healing 3 is nothing.
He can heal 3. No, it's not.
So you can't. No, you can't heal twice.
No, you can't heal twice.
No, because you can't flip enough. Yeah.
No.
But you can do your revenge trigger twice.
Yeah, and that might be powerful enough, like being
so
able
you can
to
deal
do 4 damage
to somebody,
or scrap 2 lots of equipment or whatever, drawing loads of
4 cards.
Yeah, that could be pretty good.
Yeah, and who's to say with that ISF you bring back the same guy, because you could have one of the small guys already dead, and you're like, oh, so I'm going to deal 2 with this guy that I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to bring back this guy, and then do whatever, do the other effects, whichever one you're choosing.
There's potential for lots of utility there, which is exciting.
But again, this is all
theoretical. Which I quite liked about,
and we don't know if it's going to be good because is ISFing a 5-star character with like 3 attack just for a triggered ability when they die? Is it worth it? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess, in however many months' time.
October, I believe, is the scheduled release for that.
Right. Cool.
So they've spread out the release months. I think they put it back to 4 months. On the release. So, but Trypticon is 1 star
Trypticon's
lower.
24. Yeah, because he got
24.
The 1 battle card, which we'll get to here. What's it? Relentless Invasion. Is his 1-star battle card. It's got all 3 of the pips though. A white, an orange, and a blue. Yes. It says, if you have Trypticon Assault Base on the battlefield, put full tilt, wipeout, and brunt from your K area onto the battlefield fully repaired. These characters, the characters put onto the battlefield this way, attack this turn. At end of turn, put each of those characters that's still on the battlefield under Trypticon. Yeah. So you get them back from the KO area, you get to swing with them, and you get to put them back underneath.
It's like a mini all-out attack.
Yeah.
Sort of. And I still function all in one.
With ISF.
Like,
yeah. So, I mean, obviously...
There's a reason why that's the star.
There's only 1 of it, because you only have 1 star.
Yeah.
And it seems optimal in the late game when you've already eaten your 3 dudes. So that kind of works with the fact that you only have 1 because you have the time to find it. So I'm not too worried about that.
Like, at the moment, Trypticon doesn't have an ability like Metroplex to flip to bring out a character.
But
you have to play a battle card in order to bring one of your characters out, which is slightly different. Yeah,
and that card is called Battlefield Incursion, and it's just a green pip. So it's like an Enigma. It's just a solo green pip. And it says deploy a character from under Trypticon to the battlefield. So you don't have to flip Trypticon. He can be in either mode. When you play this card, which is good because he can be in alt mode. You can play it, deploy someone, and then flip to eat them straight away if you want to.
That's good.
But yeah, again, like until we see this stuff in action against other decks, like we can't really say how good or bad it's going to be. These are just ideas at this point.
For sure, but exciting nonetheless. I just like that we're essentially getting a promo card in the booster
boxes, and one that's potentially usable, like in both senses. It's a collector's item, and it's probably going to be played. Like, people were going to play Trypticon.
Yeah, people are going to play it for sure.
Like, there's
Like,
people out there that no matter
Metroplex.
what, they don't care. They just love Trypticon, so they'll play it. Like, you're going to see it. Same reason that you still see Metroplex at tournaments, even though sideboards exist. Like, people like playing Metroplex, so they're going to play it. It's fine. Like, that's fine. I want the game to have
seeing how he evolves as as the game
I'm looking
goes
at
on.
the pictures from Gen Con now, and there's like the picture of the two Metroplex players sitting side by side.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's still around. So if he's still around, then you're definitely going to see Trypticon.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
everyone loves a box topper.
of course, yeah. But yeah, as to how good or bad he is, TBC. We'll see.
So lastly, we have our giveaway. So giveaway is in conjunction with Flip Flip Bang Bang and ourselves, TCG Cityspeakers. It is a wooden cassette deck box from Customized Gaming and Wayne Salter, who's often touting around on the Facebook groups, advertising his deck boxes and custom gaming tokens. I think recently he's been putting out some awesome looking Rodimus stars. I believe James recently picked them up and said they're really, really, really nice in the flesh.
Nice.
Along
maybe we'll see them on Saturday.
Yeah, and including some Matrix the Leadership damaged counters as well.
I like those
So
ones.
they
Those are
look
my
cool.
favourite ones.
Yeah, they look cool too.
Yeah, they're very cool.
So yeah, this giveaway is for anyone that is to comment on any Flip Flip Bang Bang post or any of the TCG Cityspeakers videos with the hashtag long haul for life. That is long haul, the character
Number 4.
from Devastator. Number 4. Life. LIFE.
F-E. Yeah. not the gangster spelling with the Y. LIFE.
Yeah. So all you have to do is comment on any of our videos on a Flip Flip Bang Bang post or the Facebook page and tag either of us on Twitter with the hashtag long haul for life. The competition runs until the 14th of August, so from today, that is
just under
6
a week.
days.
Yeah.
Yep, just under a week. Where we'll randomly select a winner. We'll compile all of the people that comment into a spreadsheet, and we'll together we'll randomly select a winner.
We've already had some entries.
Yes,
it was announced a little bit earlier today by James on Twitter. So
we were recording this a little bit later, but yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Keep sending them in.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is only for the UK. I'm afraid, just like with cost of getting things shipped, it's really hard for us to ship things out abroad.
Brexit hasn't helped that.
Yeah, Brexit doesn't help. No. And I'm afraid it can't be exchanged for any other kind of monetary prize. So it's just for the wooden cassette box from Customized Gaming. Feel free to check them out ahead of time. Yeah, look forward to seeing all those all those comments coming in. Yeah, and while you're there commenting, feel free to comment on any of our posts about like how we do things. So whether it be our podcast,
if you have any feedback or any suggestions or any requests for decks that you want us to see
or our
us try
gameplay videos or anything.
Yeah, anything. We are
that'd be really
ears.
good. Yeah, really, really good.
And
I think.
Thank you to everyone who has been commenting previously and liking our videos and stuff. Like, we do really appreciate the support. Yeah, that's it pretty much. If you don't follow us on Twitter and stuff, we enjoy it. So that's the main thing. Like, we wouldn't do it if we didn't enjoy it. So hopefully that comes across to you guys.
And if you see us at events, please come up and say hi. It's always nice being with
even
people.
though pictures
We're
of
probably
myself
faceless.
are pretty rare. Yeah, exactly.
We're faceless at the moment. Well, I have to start putting some pictures up.
I've got pictures, but
Could be
pictures
anyone.
of me are pretty rare. I feel Like I have and always will feel awkward in front of a camera. So
maybe we'll get some shirts made for the Open.
yeah, we'll get some
The
team
Energon Open.
shirts. Yeah, let's get some team
Yeah,
shirts.
get some Cityspeakers shirts or something. Then they'll know.
Yeah.
Oh, you're those idiots.
Yeah, you're those idiots with the windblade face on you. Look at you with your windblade face. Cool. So is there anything else you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
No, I think
We're
that about
good.
wraps it up from us.
Cool. Yeah, for me, just usual. If you don't follow us on YouTube and Twitter and all that jazz, then follow, like, subscribe, show your support, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks for watching. Kevin, do you want to sign us out?
Yep. And with that, it's goodbye from me as well, and take care.